What if the Thanksgiving feast we know today wasn't just about Pilgrims and Native Americans, but part of a rich global tradition spanning thousands of years? Across civilizations, gratitude has been at the heart of humanity, but the true origins of these practices might surprise you. Welcome to Armchair Archaeology, where we uncover the untold stories behind humanity's most fascinating customs. Thanksgiving is often linked to the famous 1621 meal, but the true origins of this beloved holiday dig far deeper. Across time and cultures, people have come together to celebrate gratitude and abundance, from ancient Egyptian festivals honoring the Nile to Japanese emperors offering thanks for the harvest. Stick around, because by the end of this journey, we'll reveal a surprising truth. The Pilgrims never called their 1621 meal Thanksgiving. Curious? Let's explore the global history of gratitude and feasting. Did you know that 95% of viewers aren't subscribed to Armchair Archaeology? Subscribing today helps us bring you even more deep dives into history's untold stories. And if you're as fascinated by these hidden connections as we are, you can be one of the first to dive into secrets of the ancient world. Our new ebook, packed with deeper insights. It dives into untold stories, lost technologies, and mysteries from ancient civilizations. But first, let's uncover the origins of Thanksgiving. The first Thanksgiving of 1621 is often imagined as a warm and harmonious feast, with Pilgrims and Native Americans dining on turkey, stuffing, and pumpkin pie. However, the real story of this event is much more complex and, in some ways, surprising. The gathering was a three-day harvest festival shared between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag people, who had lived in the region for thousands of years. After surviving a brutal first year in the New World, the Pilgrims were taught by the Wampanoag how to grow indigenous crops like corn, squash, and beans. Their assistance ensured the settlers' survival, and this feast marked a moment of peace and shared gratitude between the two groups. What was on the menu? Forget turkey and cranberry sauce. Contemporary accounts suggest venison provided by the Wampanoag, alongside duck, geese, shellfish, and simple dishes made from local crops. Foods like mashed potatoes and pies didn't exist in New England yet. The settlers didn't have access to sugar or flour. Contrary to popular belief, this feast wasn't a regular or recurring tradition. It was a one-time harvest celebration, blending European and native practices. It wasn't even widely mentioned in historical records until the 19th century, when the event was romanticized as the first Thanksgiving. This story is only the beginning. In the next section, we'll delve into Native American traditions of gratitude that long predated this iconic moment in history. Before European settlers arrived, Native American cultures had already cultivated rich traditions of gratitude, deeply connected to their relationship with the land and each other. These practices reveal the deeper roots of what we now call Thanksgiving. One of the most important ceremonies was the Green Corn Festival, celebrated by tribes such as the Cherokee, Creek, and Iroquois. This multi-day event honored the ripening of corn, a crop considered sacred and vital to their survival. But this wasn't merely a celebration of abundance, it was a time for spiritual and social renewal. Tribes performed purification rituals, forgave grievances, and gave thanks to the spirits of the land for their harvest. For many Native Americans, gratitude was more than an annual event. It was a way of life. Through prayers, songs, and ceremonies, they expressed thanks for the earth's gifts on a daily basis. This gratitude was tied to a worldview that saw humans, animals, plants, and natural cycles as interconnected. Respecting and honoring these cycles ensured balance and harmony. If you're enjoying this journey into history's untold stories, don't forget to subscribe to Armchair Archaeology. Let's uncover more fascinating connections to the past together. The Wampanoag people, central to the 1621 harvest feast, embodied these values. They not only helped the struggling pilgrims adapt to the new world, but also shared their agricultural knowledge, teaching the settlers how to plant corn and beans in the region's unique environment. By understanding Native American practices, we see that the spirit of Thanksgiving predates the Pilgrims. These traditions teach us to honor the interconnectedness of life and the importance of community. If you're enjoying this journey into the hidden stories of Thanksgiving and gratitude, you'll love the deeper exploration in our new ebook, Secrets of the Ancient World. It uncovers fascinating rituals, lost technologies, and the mysteries of ancient civilizations that connect the past to the present. But first, let's travel to ancient Egypt, where gratitude was celebrated in extraordinary ways during the Festival of Opet. To understand Thanksgiving's origins, we must leave America and travel to ancient Egypt, where gratitude and abundance were celebrated through the grand Festival of Opet. This multi-week event was centered on the life-giving floods of the Nile, which ensured agricultural success. For Egyptians, the river's bounty wasn't merely natural, it was divine. Held in honor of Amun, the god of fertility and creation, the Festival of Opet began with a spectacular ceremonial procession. Statues of Amun, his wife Mut, and their son Khonsu were carried from the Karnak temple to the Luxor temple, either by boat or on foot. Priests, musicians, and dancers accompanied the statues, with offerings and incense filling the air. This symbolic journey renewed Amun's power and reaffirmed his blessing over the land. While the religious rituals were central, the festival wasn't limited to temples. Ordinary citizens joined in, with music, dancing, and feasting. These communal meals were a rare opportunity for Egyptians of all social classes to come together in celebration. For many, it was as much about community as it was about honoring the gods. Gratitude was embedded in every aspect of the festival. By giving thanks to Amun and the forces of nature, the Egyptians acknowledged their dependence on the Nile and ensured future prosperity. The Festival of Opet reflects the universal themes of abundance, gratitude, and shared joy, values we still associate with Thanksgiving today. In the next section, we'll explore how ancient Greece and Rome also connected gratitude and harvest through their own vibrant festivals. Ancient Greece and Rome brought their own unique flavor to gratitude celebrations through festivals dedicated to agricultural deities. These events not only honored the harvest, but also reinforced community bonds and renewed faith in the divine. In Greece, the Thesmophoria was one of the most important agricultural festivals. Held in honor of Demeter, the goddess of agriculture and fertility, it was exclusively for women. Over the course of 3 days, participants performed rituals to ensure fertile soil for future crops. These included burying offerings, such as pig remains, which symbolized fertility and renewal. The Thesmophoria wasn't just about agriculture, it was also a time for women to come together, share wisdom, and strengthen social ties. Loving this exploration of ancient traditions? Give this video a thumbs up. It helps us bring more captivating stories to history enthusiasts like you. The Romans celebrated their own version of gratitude with the Cerealia, dedicated to Ceres, the goddess of grain. This festival featured parades, games, and theatrical performances. But one of the most striking rituals involved foxes with flaming torches tied to their tails being released into fields. While this practice may seem odd today, it was believed to purify the land and drive away pests. Both the Thesmophoria and Cerealia highlight humanity's deep reliance on agriculture and the belief that survival depended on maintaining harmony with nature and the gods. They were joyous occasions, filled with feasting, gratitude, and a sense of community. Although separated by centuries and geography, These ancient festivals share key themes with modern Thanksgiving: abundance, unity, and honoring the forces that sustain life. Next, we'll explore how medieval Europe carried these ideas forward with its harvest celebrations, which directly influenced the traditions we see today. In medieval Europe, the end of the agricultural season was marked by lively harvest festivals that brought communities together to give thanks for their survival. These celebrations, often called harvest home, set the stage for many Thanksgiving-like traditions we know today. Harvest home was held after the last crops were gathered, often in September or October. It was a time of relief and joy, as a successful harvest meant a better chance of surviving the harsh winter. Communities would gather to feast, play games, and dance, sharing the fruits of their labor. One notable custom was the last sheaf ceremony. Farmers believed the spirit of the crops resided in the final bundle harvested. This sheaf was often decorated and brought into the village as part of a celebratory procession. In some regions, it was crafted into a corn dolly and kept until the next planting season to ensure a fruitful harvest. Religious ceremonies were also central to these festivals. Loaf Mass, or Lammas, involved baking the first bread from the new harvest and offering it in thanks. These rituals blended Christian practices with older pagan traditions, reflecting the deep ties between spirituality and the natural cycles of life. Harvest Home and its variations highlight the universal themes of gratitude, community, and reliance on nature. These festivals remind us of the joy that comes from working together to survive and thrive. Next, we'll travel to Japan to explore how gratitude is honored through the ancient and enduring ritual of Niiname-sai. In Japan, gratitude for the harvest is celebrated through the ancient ritual of Niiname-sai, a tradition with roots stretching back over 1,000 years. This Shinto ceremony emphasizes humanity's connection to nature and the divine. Niiname-sai, which translates to Festival of the New Tasting, is led by Japan's emperor, who is considered a spiritual intermediary between the gods and the people. During the ritual, the emperor offers the first harvest of rice, sake, and other seasonal foods to the kami or divine spirits. By performing this ceremony, the emperor symbolizes unity between the divine and humanity, while ensuring harmony and prosperity for the nation. The origins of Niiname-sai are intertwined with Japan's reliance on rice cultivation. Rice is seen as a sacred crop that sustains life, and the ceremony honors not only the gods, but also the farmers and workers who contribute to the harvest. Gratitude is expressed not just for the abundance of food, but for the cycles of nature that allow it to grow. While Niiname-sai is still a private ceremony performed by the imperial family, its themes resonate across Japan's culture. These ideas are echoed in Labor Thanksgiving Day, a national holiday celebrating workers' contributions and the blessings of nature. This modern-day observance demonstrates how ancient traditions can adapt to reflect contemporary values while preserving their core message. The Feast of Niiname-sai reminds us that harvest celebrations are about more than abundance. They are opportunities for reflection, renewal, and gratitude. From Japan, we'll now return to the United States to trace how Thanksgiving evolved into the beloved holiday we know today. Interested in more fascinating parallels between ancient and modern traditions? Subscribe to Armchair Archaeology to join us on this journey through time. Thanksgiving, as we know it today, didn't appear overnight. It evolved over centuries, shaped by colonial traditions, political decisions, and cultural shifts that brought new flavors and meanings to the holiday. Colonial settlers in New England often observed Thanksgiving days, but these were far from the feasts we imagine. These days were solemn religious events marked by prayer, fasting, and sermons. They were proclaimed to give thanks for specific blessings, such as military victories or the end of a drought. Feasting wasn't part of the equation yet. By the 18th century, harvest celebrations, influenced by European traditions, began blending with the New England Thanksgiving days. These gatherings included communal meals and gave the holiday a more festive tone. However, Thanksgiving remained a regional practice, celebrated primarily in the northeastern United States. Thanksgiving's transformation into a national holiday is largely credited to Sarah Josepha Hale, a writer and editor who campaigned for decades to establish a unified Day of Thanks. Her efforts bore fruit in 1863, when President Abraham Lincoln declared Thanksgiving a national holiday. Lincoln's proclamation, issued during the Civil War, framed it as a day for unity and gratitude, even amid great suffering. Over time, industrialization and immigration influenced the holiday further, introducing new foods and traditions. The modern Thanksgiving meal, complete with turkey, stuffing, and pies, emerged in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, shaped by a mix of historical nostalgia and practical convenience. Thanksgiving's journey from solemn observance to cherished holiday reflects the evolution of American identity itself. Next, we'll explore how these themes of gratitude and abundance are shared across cultures, from China to India. As you've seen, gratitude has been a central theme across cultures, from the Wampanoag to the Egyptians. If you're curious to uncover even more about ancient civilizations, technologies, and mysteries, click the link below to grab your copy of Secrets of the Ancient World. It's packed with stories that bring the past to life in ways we couldn't fit into this video. While Thanksgiving is often seen as a uniquely American holiday, its core themes, gratitude, feasting, and community, are universal. Across the globe, cultures have long celebrated abundance through harvest festivals, each with their own unique traditions and flavors. In China, the Mid-Autumn Festival, also called the Moon Festival, is one of the most beloved holidays. This ancient celebration, dating back over 3,000 years, honors the autumn harvest and features family gatherings under the full moon. Mooncakes, a sweet pastry filled with lotus seed paste or other fillings, are shared as symbols of unity and prosperity. The festival emphasizes togetherness and gratitude for the blessings of the season. India's Pongal festival marks the harvest season with colorful celebrations and rituals dedicated to Surya, the sun god. Pongal involves cooking rice with milk and jaggery in clay pots as an offering. Homes are decorated with vibrant rangoli patterns, and communities come together to thank the earth and the divine for their crops. In West Africa, the New Yam Festival is celebrated by the Igbo and Yoruba peoples. Yams, a staple crop, are offered to the gods before being shared in grand feasts. This tradition reflects the importance of giving thanks for the land's fertility and the community's labor. Despite their differences, these celebrations all share Thanksgiving's essence, honoring abundance, giving thanks, and coming together. These global traditions highlight humanity's shared need to express gratitude and connect with each other. From these worldwide practices, we'll now reflect on why gratitude itself is such a universal and enduring concept. Gratitude is one of humanity's most universal expressions, transcending cultures, time periods, and religions. But why does it resonate so deeply? To answer this, we must explore its social, psychological, and cultural roots. At its core, gratitude strengthens social bonds. In ancient communities, survival often depended on cooperation and mutual support. Celebrations of thanks, like harvest festivals, reinforce these bonds by bringing people together and acknowledging their shared efforts. Feasting, offering prayers, or performing rituals were not just customs, they were acts of solidarity, ensuring the well-being of the entire community. Gratitude helped unify societies, especially in times of uncertainty or hardship. Psychologically, gratitude fosters resilience and well-being. Studies show that expressing gratitude can reduce stress, improve relationships, and even enhance physical health. Ancient traditions recognize this instinctively. Rituals of thanks provided not only a moment to honor abundance, but also a sense of joy, purpose, and hope, even during times of struggle. Gratitude also connects us to the natural world. For agrarian societies, the success of a harvest was essential for survival, and expressing thanks to the land, gods, or spirits was seen as a way to ensure future abundance. This acknowledgement of interdependence between humans, the earth, and the divine remains a central theme in celebrations like Thanksgiving. Even today, Thanksgiving serves as a reminder to pause, reflect, and express gratitude for the people, resources, and moments that sustain us. Though modern life has shifted our relationship with nature, the act of giving thanks remains as powerful as ever. When we sit down to our Thanksgiving meals, we're participating in a tradition shaped by centuries of gratitude practices from cultures around the world. From ancient harvest festivals to the modern American holiday, the themes of abundance, community, and reflection have remained constant. The communal feasting of medieval Europe's harvest home, the agricultural rituals of the Thesmophoria in Greece, and the ceremonies of Niiname-sai in Japan all resonate in today's Thanksgiving traditions. Each of these celebrations emphasized the importance of pausing to give thanks, not just for food, but for the bonds of family, community, and the forces of nature that make life possible. The practice of sharing food as an act of gratitude also connects us to the Pilgrims and Native Americans. While their 1621 harvest feast was a one-time event, it reflected centuries of cross-cultural traditions of Thanksgiving. The Wampanoag, for example, embodied gratitude in their daily lives, honoring the cycles of the earth and the interconnectedness of all living things. These values influenced the settlers and left a legacy that still resonates in the holiday today. Even the foods we eat at Thanksgiving have roots in the past. Corn, squash, and beans, staples of Native American agriculture, are often included in modern meals. The act of gathering together, sharing stories, and reflecting on blessings draws a direct line to harvest festivals across history. Thanksgiving today is more than just a holiday. It's a reflection of humanity's enduring desire to honor abundance, express gratitude, and strengthen bonds with loved ones. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the fascinating global history of Thanksgiving. From the ancient Egyptians honoring the Nile to the Pilgrims and Wampanoag sharing their harvest, these stories remind us how deeply gratitude is embedded in the human experience. And now, the fun fact we teased: did you know that the Pilgrims never referred to their 1621 meal as Thanksgiving? That term only became associated with the holiday in 1863, when President Abraham Lincoln declared a national day of thanks during the Civil War. It was Lincoln's vision of unity and reflection that transformed Thanksgiving into the cherished holiday we know today. If you enjoyed this exploration, please like this video and subscribe to Armchair Archaeology to discover more hidden connections between the past and present. And if you're eager to immerse yourself in the timeless wisdom of our ancestors, be sure to check out our new ebook, Secrets of the Ancient World. Packed with untold stories, groundbreaking technologies, and fascinating insights, it's the perfect companion for curious minds like yours. Click the link below to grab your copy today. What are your favorite Thanksgiving traditions? Or which ancient celebration resonated most with you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Until our next adventure, keep exploring, Keep questioning, and keep the flame of curiosity burning bright. Happy Thanksgiving!